Hey guys, over here for our healthcare in Japan playlist. Been trying to avoid talking about this topic, but it's been getting more and more relevant over the last 3 years in particular. So, syphilis is a particularly nasty venereal disease. If untreated, it can affect people's hearts and brains, and there's lots of famous people in history who apparently died of syphilis because it wasn't treated. Good news is with modern medicine they can treat it and it's recoverable and not such a problem. However, very, very unpleasant, very, very bad for a person's health, and you don't want to get it, apparently, from what I've read. You don't want it. So the last 3 years in Japan, it's been a bit of a problem in Japan for some time, and then 3 years ago they had a record number of cases reported, and then 2 years ago they had a new record number of cases reported, and then last year they had a new record, highest number reported for some time apparently. 14,906 reported cases, new cases last year. So that doesn't mean that's how many people are affected. Much more people are infected. However, new cases, 14,906. And the interview I saw in the media during the week was with a specialist on such topics, and he said that he believed that the real number is probably up to 5 times what has been reported, due to people either not going to the doctor with it, not reporting it to their doctor, or doctors misdiagnosing it. So that's pretty scary, because that could mean 70,000 people, which, even if you take it at the reported cases, 14,000 people, 14,906 people, that's about 1 in 2,000 of the Japanese population, right? Which is pretty scary when you also add in the fact that, as we've showed in previous videos, the statistics every time they do a survey show that there are very few people in Japan that are actually shagging, right? So, you know, we did one story once talking about married people, and apparently in surveys of married people here, the majority, you know, more than half, just never shagging, and there's the people that are, it's pretty rare apparently. And then another story we mentioned recently, another survey, they surveyed people 18 to 40 years old and found that, again, the majority, more than half, were just not doing it at all, and those who were doing it rarely. So if you take that and add that to the 14,000 new cases of syphilis, that means that of the people who are shagging, there's a very high percentage who are catching this disease. So very, very scary. So obviously, if you are already in Japan or you're planning to come to Japan and you have wicked intentions, it would seem prudent to exercise extreme caution. It also said, I didn't actually know much about this subject until this week. Once I started to focus on the different stories in the media about this to try and get enough information together for you guys, I started to learn more and more about it. It said, one of the things it said is that a lot of people that have it have absolutely no symptoms at all, which is pretty scary. So there'd be no way to know, for them to know even, or for you to know. So yeah, all up, it sounds like a very unpleasant thing that you really don't want to get. Not the sort of souvenir you want from Japan, evidently. So, okay, so this subject has now been covered. No need to discuss it any further, right? But please keep it in mind, if you're already in Japan or if you're coming to Japan in the future, please keep it in mind. This is one thing that you definitely do not want to get, apparently. It seems very, very unpleasant. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's never talk of this again. More videos coming soon.